Ladies and gentlemen, we are flying through November now. The jobs still keep coming. The combine is out and we are trying some 5-minute fallow. Let's go. And a very good morning to you on this beautiful November morning on Greenlands Farm. Welcome to the Farmer and Contractor series. My name is Simulation for the Nation. I hope you are doing very, very well. You join us here as we are filling up our subsoil drill. Really, we are putting a nice cover crop into here today. We are putting a little bit of mix of all sorts. In here is a little bit of vetch, a bit of oats. We've got some oilseed radish in here as well as some clover. The idea being that this is going to be a brilliant nitrogen fixation for our soil. It's going to allow us to leave this in the ground until probably March next year, I'd imagine, where we will be able to direct drill behind it, which is going to be interesting to see. And hopefully all being well, with the penetration of the roots here as well, it's going to drill right down into the depths of the soil and break up some compaction, which has been long overdue sorting out. We're going to put that field along with the other field at the top end there into spring barley next year, so we've got plenty of time just to leave it be. We're going to try and take advantage of some beautiful sunshine at the moment, which should really help this grow. Soil conditions are pretty apt and quite adequate for this right now. So we'll make the most of this and we'll see how we can get going. Elsewhere today, we have got our sprayers out, putting some micronutrients down onto some of our barley. We've got or onto some contract barley. We are out spreading fertilizer as well across a variety of winter drilled crops. We're still drilling winter wheat. The 722 is out there with a new drill on. You'll see the combination drill has already been put away. We've finished with that for now. But we're still able to get a little bit more ground, and the 936 is actually playing grain carting duties today. So I'm going to be splitting my time. I'm not driving a combine. That responsibility is being taken up by the new lad that we got in, because I'm going to be on his 724 today just to get a feel of it really and see how it pulls. This is one of the main jobs I wanted to do, so we'll have a go and we'll see how it gets on. But yeah, lots of excitement coming in, that's for sure. And we are going to go and just see how we get on with this all really. Let's get that door shut. There you go. Now we can probably sneak our way up there actually. It's good enough time as any for us to sneak around the corner. Wonderful stuff, and through we go. Hope you're doing very well. Let us know how you're cracking along here, if the weather's been kind for you wherever you are as well. But we are making some great guns. I'm gonna get a bit of stone on here I think at some point just to get this all leveled out that little bit better. And right now we had to take the combine through that gate there and up the grass there, but we've already cut into the field. We've been going now for about about an hour, so we should have been making some good traction there. Traction trailers up here for grain, so I will be, like I say, flipping around, just doing a bit of everything. But we're looking good. Look, by the way, look at our window oats there, don't they look good? Everything's coming up looking very, very strong there. Actually very, very pleased with how everything's drilled in so far this year. It's a very good sight to see. So we're going to chase the combine out of the field. We're going to start in this corner, I think, or at least start on this edge. You can see here, let's just let this gate first. We did have quite a problem with weeds in this crop. By the time I took over this land, it was a little bit too late to be honest there, but it doesn't matter. With the grains coming off anyway, we're not putting this into a pit, so it's fine. We will just get this all cut down. Combine's flying through. There is my grain cart, my chariot for today, if you will. It's a little unnecessary, perhaps a little bit too big, but we will be just fine. A little bit of a break from the heavy duties of the drill there, I suppose. And we'll see how we get on. Nice little job to do today though. Should be interesting to see how that goes. And what we'll probably look to do actually is I think we'll just set up an AB line somewhere over here. Where we can hopefully get along and everything will be great. So I just need to get my GPS set up. Okay, and what we can do here as well, we'll just turn on the drill for the first time. We'll engage our GPS. It looks like it's away. And I think with that, we are good to go. Now, we don't need to worry about tram lines here. We're not going to bother putting in as a cover crop after all. That's just not relevant at all. And off we go. Already is this pulling a little bit faster, a little bit more comfortably as well. What we'll look to do, just get to the end there and we'll go and have a double check in, just see how everything else is looking, and we'll hopefully be able to get this field covered. The combine's already flying through this field mine, so we're gonna have to really chase after it and see, but we should be able to. We'll get down to the bottom there, we'll have a look and see what's going on, how this is all shaping up. Look at that line of weeds you so kindly left for me. Anyway, we've been able to get a bit of ground going here, did a few passes just to get sure that the headland management was working, which it is. We are also rooting up quite a lot of stones up here, so that's going to have to be a problem for us to consider. But effectively, as you can see, we've worked over this ground pretty nicely actually. There's not too much in here at all. No, we haven't really uprooted anything too drastically. Just slicing through the top kind of 8 inches there with those blades. Low disturbance legs on there, so it's not rooting up anything too drastically. And then we're just mincing in the trash on the top a little bit, because there is quite a bit of that from the corn stubble here, so that's working out quite nicely. We're going to jump on in and continue, where we'll hopefully be able just to continue and get all of this taken care of. We are good to go. And then because we've got that headland management going as well, when we do get to the end, which is about here, we'll just use one button to disengage GPS, lift everything up, and disconnect or switch off our seeder, and then down here, and we're back in again as well. Combine's really not going to take too much longer there. Driver's flying through, absolutely crushing it in sync with that combine. It's not too dissimilar to what he was driving previously apparently, so that's all good. Means that I might not have to spend too much time in the combine next season as well, which would be a bit of a welcome change. But I'd like to spend a bit of time in there, but it's always good to be out and about where you can control everything else if you absolutely have to. But yeah, we're looking good. Once we get this done, this is the last of our drilling commitments really for our own ground. Still plenty of other work coming through at the moment, so we'll keep an eye on it as best as we can and keep wheels turning really, which we've been quite successful with so far, so that's good news. A little bit of winter ploughing to do still, which we'll have to start with fairly soon. But yeah, we've got the gear to do it. That's the main thing. I'm really happy with how this 724 pulls this. The difference between this and the 722, that is night and day. Now we do have some pretty hefty wheel weights on the rear end of this to give us a little bit more grip there, which may well be helping out quite substantially too. But yeah, we are flying along. I think we're going about another maybe 3 miles an hour faster with this on the 724 than we were on the 722, so that's good. And sooner rather than later, I'm going to have to go and take my slightly overpowered and overspec'd grain cart, you know, take that away. But it's looking all good anyway. And then, yeah, well, everything else is looking very good indeed. Here we go. Perfect. And around the corner. Ooh, get over there. Big fan over here of looking into ways that we can improve our field yields without putting too much into it in terms of manufactured herbicides, fertilizers, or anything like that. There's a lot to be said for the potential of cover crops and how that can aid the soil nutrition and also the structure of the soil as well. So we're going to look to do this. We may well have to put some drainage in across some of these fields around here. They're a little bit heavy clay in places. But we're waiting to get a full set of soil samples and tests just so we know exactly what we're dealing with and where. Once we have that, and of course we'll be able to really get a good understanding of what we need to do. So that should be done in the next week or so. Waiting just to hear back, got in touch with an agronomy company, and they're going to send out some of their team to get everything taken care of. So as soon as we can do that, we will of course let you know and show you what those results look like. And they'll obviously have their input as well to see how we can improve and what the next steps are really. But ultimately it's all about trying to increase our yield and increase our potential, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. Now what I might do before he gets stuck too far, when we get down the bottom here, is bring out the 936 just so there's about half a tank load in the back there already. We'll get a little bit more if we can into there as well, and then we'll take it down. We've also got about 18 ton of wheat that we're waiting to get rid of, which should hopefully be sooner rather than later. But we will stop just about here, I reckon. Pull back slightly there, that's wonderful. rest of the line that we plan to get into here at some point. Not sure when that'll be now. Got about 6 ton on the back here at the moment, which isn't too bad. And then just whilst, because he's going to go right up to the edge there, so we haven't done this in a while, that's for sure. Especially not on a bigger tractor like this. Of course, once we finish up as well, we are not going to be doing any more corn of any sort, so this header is going straight back. Don't need to lease that any longer than we have to. Here you go. And with one more pass there, I think I'll just leave this about here out of the way, and then we are done. This fiddly little field of maize. I don't know what the initial plan was, whether or not it was going to be stuck into a biogas plant or what, but certainly there was no real infrastructure at the yard there when we took over for silage, for pit maize at least. So who knows really. Okay, we'll leave that bit for headland. Let's just crack on this way, I guess. Stick on the GPS wherever it'll fit. We're off. So I've been told that our new sprayer is on the way. It's being shipped up from the south somewhere. We should hopefully get to see that coming in soon. So by the time we have our next update, we'll be able to bring you a bit of an idea of what that's going to look like. Stick that onto the 718, and we're still going to have, by the time that comes in, a little bit of contract works on the books for it. But then it will definitely be something that's more in position for the new year. When we come back on with our T2s. But yeah, excited to get it. It's gonna be a nice step up there, that is for sure. Alright, and yeah, otherwise everything else, yeah, now I think I can safely say at this point there's not going to be any more new Fendt tractors coming in anytime soon. I think 5 is just about enough, honestly, and certainly my accountant would say the same. We'll have to see how that looks moving forward though, but very happy with where we are. There's a few, I don't think we're fully done with machinery yet. Nothing major coming in between now and the new year. Do have a bale wrapper that we're looking to acquire. Got a few leads to chase up there, and maybe something else as well, which is not going to be too dramatic, but may have a little bit of work for us in the future there with the Forestry Commission. So we'll have to see about that, but it's exciting nonetheless. I'll keep you updated as and when we can. Right now though, combine is finished. We're finished nearly. We've just got this to drill out, and then this will be us done for the day really, and then we'll be on to making sure the rest of the guys get home for the day, and then we'll be wrapping up there. More drilling to do tomorrow there. Probably tomorrow we'll be spending the day servicing drills and spreaders with the telehandler, I think, and try and get a few little bits and pieces done and a few errands done with our cattle as well. So until then, we're gonna leave it here for now. Stay tuned for more updates with our agronomists when they arrive, and our new John Deere sprayer. Until then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always. I've been Simulation for the Nation with another episode from Greenlands Farmer and Contractor, and we'll see you next time. Catch you later.